All right, it's a 2-for-1 special today on Tequila with Escriva. We've got a nice pairing of points 3 and 4 from the way. And today, St. Josemaria, he's going to give us a little kick in the pants as he's wont to do from time to time, and zeroing in particularly on the men today. So, square up, let's take this on the chin. Point 3, maturity. Stop making faces and acting up like a child. Your bearing ought to reflect the peace and order in your soul. Point 4, don't say that's the way I am, it's my character. No, it's your lack of character. In Latin, esto vir, be a man. I'm only 4 paragraphs into reading the way. Why is Monsignor Escriva yelling at me? Let's step back again for a little bit of context. This chapter is entitled Character. And so what does character mean to St. Josemaria? Well, he's telling us to be a man, but I don't see him talking about being aggressive or going to chop down a tree or anything like that. No, he says our bearing should reflect the peace and order of our soul. And that's what character is to him. This is a Christian idea of manhood. A man that has control, that has domain over his passions. And we juxtapose this to the behavior of a child. And so what does a child act like? A child's rash, irrational, thoughtless, impulsive. And he's saying, stop acting up like a child. Be a man. A man has control of himself. A man has control of his passions. Because what's the risk? The risk is that if we enter adulthood and we're still acting impulsively, we're still acting like a child, we let those passions run wild. And when we do that, we're more prone to slipping into vice and sin. So much of the way is organizing our lives, having the discipline to set a plan for our life, an actual schedule where we set aside time for prayer, for work, and for appropriate recreation, such that there's no room for idleness, no room for us to fall back into vice and sin. Now, is this easier said than done? Yes. Organization has never been my strong suit, but I know on those days when I actually am organized, the day is going to go so much smoother. I'm going to stick to the plan and get to where I want to go. And ultimately, where is that? Heaven. That's the goal, folks. If we can stay disciplined, we can stay in control, be men in that truest sense, where that our bearing is reflecting that peace and order in our soul, where we're demonstrating that we have control of our passions. That's our path to holiness. Stay holy, my friends.